Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 6th, 2021. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Omega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas, halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
Good morning and welcome back to the most interesting and unusual and unique live stream daily ritual on the entire internet. You have found your way to the lost magic of Jesus revival. The ritual you're about to experience is written in the first person perspective of Jesus Christ and comes from two lost books of the Bible, the first and second books of IAOE, rediscovered in Egypt in 1769 by archaeologists in the Bruce Codex. I'm Reverend David Griffin.
I'm Reverend Leslie McQuade.
And this is the lost magic of Jesus revival.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow your breath as it spreads throughout your body. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into omega earth. I call on you in the east, alpha. I call on you in the west, omega. I call on you in the north, alpha. I call on you in the south, omega.
Alpha,
Et omega,
the beginning
and the end,
and the path of the age between, sunrise
and sunset,
and the path of the sun between, birth
and death,
and the path of life between, Alpha,
omega.
IAOE. Welcome back to Alpha Omega's Column Hinge and this magnificent ritual celebrating the opening of the Treasury of Light of Jesus Christ. This morning we'll be opening the 21st Treasury of Light. We begin by reaching out to the angels in the invisible. Angels of the 21st Treasury, attend. Watchers, we know your names, so stand aside and grant us entry into the Treasury. Ozaz. Ozaz. Eoes. Eoes. Azaias. Azaias. Let the watchers withdraw and let us enter into the 21st Treasury of Light. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and He gives light power to them. Shining angel, head in the place of the east, we call upon you by your secret name, Zozozei. Zozozei. Zohozai. Zohozai. Dozazaksai. Dozazaksai. Naoza iai. Naoza iai. Marazaz. Marazaz. Ozaez. Ozaez. Ozaia. Ozaia. Oza, oza. Oza, oza. Os, hos, oza. Os, hos, oza. Azaiaos. Azaiaos. Naya ozaze. Naya ozaze. Aenazaz. Aenazaz. And so we completed our journey through the places. Invoking each of the 12 mighty angels' head in their proper place and proper rank, and at length we came into the place of the midst, the place of the middle, the place of the Father of the treasure of light. O Father of the 21st, by your name we invoke you, Oazi Ai. Oazi Ai. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual and our fervent prayer to establish human liberty worldwide.
Establish human liberty worldwide.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
And establish a pro-human future.
Establish a pro-human future.
Protect humanity from extinction.
Protect humanity from extinction.
And protect the integrity of our genetic code.
Protect the integrity of our genetic code.
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
The integrity of our elections.
Restore the integrity of our elections.
The purity of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
And the purity of our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God Force energy within yourself. As you have more God Force energy within yourself, so you are more secure and stable in who you are. You see, security and stability has got a lot more to do with how you feel and think about things than how things actually are. Now, this is because of something very interesting. This is because we human beings have the ability to make a bad situation good simply by changing the way we think and react to it. You know, I heard a story. I don't know where I heard the story from. It's a new story. It's a new one. This isn't an old story to the best of my knowledge. This is new. And the story goes like this. There's a grandmother talking to her daughter. And the daughter's been bullied at school. And so the daughter's telling grandmother what has happened. And so grandmother says, well, let me tell you something. That you have to decide. You have found yourself in hot water. And you have to decide what you are. You have to decide if you're an egg, a carrot, or if you're coffee. And the granddaughter looks at the grandmother quizzically and says, don't understand. You know, yeah, I'm in hot water. I'm in a very bad situation. I don't understand. And grandmother says, well, let me show you. She puts a pot of water on the stove and sets it to boil. And when it's boiling really good, bubbling and splashing and making the fire spit, she says, you see, this is the hot water you're in. This really dangerous situation that'll hurt you, could kill you. And see, you could be like this egg. It's hard on the outside and soft on the inside. You put it in that hot water, and the egg becomes hard all the way through. You don't want to be a hard person like that. Well, you don't, and then here's this carrot. And you put the carrot in. And what happens to the carrot? Well, the carrot starts out hard, but the longer it's in the water, the softer it gets. And left in the water long enough, it'll completely dissolve. And there will be no more carrot. You don't want to be like that. Now watch what happens with the coffee. And she puts the coffee in the water. And all of a sudden, it's not hot water anymore. Now, it's a pot of boiling coffee. And she pours out a cup of coffee for her granddaughter and one for herself. And her granddaughter looks at the coffee. And she says, well, I see what you're trying to tell me. But I don't understand. How can I, just little old me, turn that whole pot of water, this whole hot water that I find myself in, into coffee? How do I change that? And grandmother didn't offer any suggestion at all, but I will. And I'll talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who found himself in hot water, and all the people around him who were like him. They were all in a bad situation. And I think of Gandhi. Gandhi was in hot water, and so were the people around him. And it was the same with Jesus. You know, there's a lot of situations where there's a lot of hot water. But when you have a good leader, you can see it through, because the leader shows you how to turn that hot water into coffee. And so who is your leader? Who is showing you how to turn the hot water situation you're in into a tasty beverage. What you have to do is feel into the God Force energy, breathe into the God Force energy, because that's where your leader is. When you make your ultimate leader God, when the highest authority that you answer to is God, you have got power on your side, because there's no better leader than the infinite, the one who created everything. Why wouldn't you follow the lead of that particular entity? Why wouldn't you want to be right there at the elbow of the one who made it all? And you see, no matter what situation you're in, you can rise above. You can make it what you need it to be when you have God as your co-pilot. How many times did you see that bumper sticker in the 70s, right? But it doesn't just have to be God. Call it goddess. Give it even a specific name. Higher consciousness is good enough. However you conceive of the penultimate consciousness in the universe that created us, what is important is that you recognize that this was done and that you have the ability to bring in even more of that power, and that the more of that power you have, the more powerful you are. What is that power I'm talking about? It's the one that Jesus taught the disciples and the apostles. Mary knew it, Martha knew it, Andrew knew it, James knew it. Do you know it? Of course you do. It's the God Force.
Thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful and inspiring message on this gorgeous morning out here. Wonderful Wednesday morning. If you'd like to know more about the lost magic of Jesus, visit our website at alphaomega.church. Once again, that's alphaomega.church, and download our free ebook that gives you the beginnings of the lost magic of Jesus system. We'll be here with you and for you again tomorrow in the hour of sunrise. And until then, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God Force run strong within you. And as always, may your magics work better than expected.